folks! I went to PAX Australia 2023 this year and had a chance to check out some of Australia's Indie Showcase winners. Primordial Legends Hollow Hero is a third-person action-adventure meets combat wombat. They are not my words, but it is a really good way to explain this game. Hollow Hero tells the tale of Brunt, a warrior wombat on her, yes her, first adventure into the fantasy world Iridel. A world inhabited by curious creatures and diverse environments as we embark on an epic third-person action-filled adventure. This game really stood out with its polished look and female main character. I love the fact that she's not a hero because she's female. She's a hero that just happens to be female, and that is good storytelling. I spoke to Tyson from Toybox Game Studios about their game, Hollow Hero.
Making it work, but it's nice to see you again. I had a good chat with Tyson earlier. Do you want to tell me all about your game?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's very much like third-person action-adventure meets lovable combat wombat. The running joke amongst our fans right now is that it's God of Wombat. So if you like games like God of War, Kena Bridge of Spirits, or Legend of Zelda, and you like wombats, well then you're really going to like our game.
Good name.
Yeah, I think it works pretty well. Yeah, absolutely.
I had a look at the game and it looks awesome. I'm very impressed by the kind of caliber that you guys have created. How long has it taken at this point?
So we actually have built this completely for free at this point. It's actually a passion project. So we've been working in our spare time outside of our full-time jobs. We started at the end of 2019. So it's very much a pandemic project as well. Yeah, so it's been a couple of years, but moving forward, we're actually diving deep into, pitching and applying for funding and stuff like that in an attempt to get the whole team into full-time work because we want to get the game out there for everyone to play. So.
Well, I hope it goes well.
Thank you.
Crossing fingers for you. Oh my gosh.
We'll figure it out. It'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be good.
Where did the idea for a lovable combat wombat come from?
Well, wombats are my favourite animal, so that's the starting part of it. But we also knew that we just loved epic fantasy adventure and stories and stuff like that. Realistically, that's the core of, I guess, the spark of an idea, right? Which is I want to make a really cool fantasy game, and I like the idea that the main creature is a wombat. That's the starting point, and then from there we begin building it up. We start developing her character, and then before you know it, you've got a game. So
yeah. Awesome. I'm an artist, and I'm really interested in the art style.
Yes.
But how did you settle on that particular art style?
Well, so we're using the Unreal Engine, which affords itself a really nice sort of shader system and lighting system and stuff like that. But we knew we really wanted to go for a high fidelity AAA, so it's where you've got really nice resolution textures and lighting and all that other sort of stuff.
Thank you for explaining that.
Yeah, but it still has a lot of that sort of fantasy element. So a tree is a tree, but all the crystals are big and glowy, and they're really what was the term that my art director said yesterday? Color punchy. So really bright and pink and really bright and blue. So colors that almost feel neon. So you might expect that in a cyberpunky kind of game, but instead we're bringing that into a more natural setting with all of the magic that exists within our world.
I quite like that. You're kind of taking a twist on the normal world and just making it a bit more magical.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Very cool. When can we expect it to be out then?
The official answer to that is when it's finished, but we are hoping to get it done as soon as possible. For anyone who's interested, you can follow us on @TBX Games on all our socials. Our website, which is Toybox Game Studios, has access to our Discord if you want to ask us any questions, and we're also up on Steam, so you can wishlist us, and when it comes you'll get a notification.
Yeah, great. We will do that because I'm hoping to play all the games that we possibly can.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
There is one other question.
Yes.
One thing I loved about it is that your protagonist is female.
Yes.
What was the choices behind that?
So it's interesting. I've actually been asked that question a lot, and I can't think of the point when we made that decision. So I'm the creative director on the game, but we're all involved in the storytelling elements and stuff like that. She was originally conceptualized in an earlier story as kind of the trainer for the main protagonist and stuff. And we liked her so much that we knew that we wanted to do an origin story for this character and go about it that way. But Brunt, at her core, we always just kind of thought of her that way. Which is kind of cool. I kind of
thought of her as a her.
Yeah, as a her, exactly right. It was just I don't know. We were just this is Run, and she's a badass, and this is just what she does. And
I quite like the way that you've done it as well, because a lot of the times when games and films and things,
Yeah.
put in a female character, it's a female character,
Yeah.
you know? Whereas this is just a character that
Yeah.
happens to be female.
Yeah, exactly
And
right.
that's very refreshing.
And that for us as well, I mean, that even goes back to like the Australian voice acting. So we've got a voice actress, Amy Smith, and she's super, super talented. And we're talking about like the direction for the voice acting and stuff. And I was like, you know, I dislike how in, I guess, a lot of Americanized media, you know how the Aussie accent and stuff can be a little bit of like a butt of the joke and stuff? Yeah, and I was like, in this world, she doesn't like, we don't, that context doesn't exist, right? It's a completely original universe. So she's just a character that exists in this world and she's cool and strong and that's just all there is to it. And as a result, I think it gives like, it almost makes her more enticing and interesting as a character because she's just cool because she exists in the space, not because there's anything in particular that we're trying to achieve. She's just dope.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
and more
absolutely.
things just need dope characters, to be honest. Can you give us like a brief synopsis of the game? Like, not the whole thing, because obviously we want to play it and buy it and all
Yeah,
that
of
good
course.
stuff, but
So this actually takes place in kind of like a memory. So if you've seen like the opening cutscenes, there's like a raccoon that's there that's talking to sort of a mysterious stranger, and that's delving a bit deeper into the universe and the lore, which I won't dive into very deeply. But basically, that raccoon is Brunt's adoptive father. Or like so Brunt is his adoptive daughter. So it's this weird sort of mix between animals, and that's why she's a little bit of like an outcast in this world. But yeah, through that. He's actually sort of retelling the tale of how she goes from an outcast within their home to becoming the Hollow Hero, hence the like title of the name and stuff like that. And it's how she adventures out into the world for the first time and discovers herself and her somewhat special place within the universe because of the powers that she possesses. So yeah.
that sounds really cool. I can't wait to play it when it comes out.
You can play it. It'll be
Thank
awesome.
you so much
Yeah,
for
no
talking
worries.
to us.
Absolute
It's been
pleasure.
lovely.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
congrats on the showcase.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're more than welcome.
Currently, Primordial Legends Hollow Hero is still released at TBA, but they have a Steam page and you can wishlist and follow along for all the updates, which I highly recommend that you do.